You've probably been taught that God is something outside of you, that it's some external force you are at the mercy of. But the truth is, God lives within you. Your mind and your spirit hold all the divine power in the world, and once you learn to use it correctly, reality will naturally bend itself to your will. Entering your God arc means stepping into the highest level of consciousness, aligning your mind with your body, playing the game not only physically, but mentally in the first place. The God arc is a state of consciousness only a tiny fraction ever reach. People are so confined to the physical, to the tangible, that they lose the sense of what's really going on. You can be working tirelessly in life, laboring to get things done, but if you don't change what's in the mind, it will only bring more and more frustration. The harder you push, the more likely it will go further away, and the more you resist it, the more likely it will persist. To win in the game, you need synchronization between both your mind and your body. Mental action is just as important as physical action. One cannot bring results without the other. One is the realm of cause, the other is the realm of effect. You cannot achieve effect without the cause. So how can you expect to change your reality if you haven't first changed your mind? Most people, however, seem to keep going in the same wrong direction. When there is some sudden spark of motivation, they just go and do the thing. But guess what? After motivation is gone, their identity stays the same, and as a result, their life stays the same. Physical action alone will never be enough, because you can never achieve anything in the external world that you have not first conquered in your mind. Everything you may want in a three-dimensional world must be won mentally before it can manifest physically. That's the first and most important rule of the game. A fool walks at dusk trying to escape his own shadow. He runs faster, but the shadow stretches with him, mirroring his every slightest move. Exhausted, he turns toward the fading sun, and the shadow disappears behind him. What you resist persists. The external world only echoes what is inside you. Change your mind, and reality will follow. People very often refer to ego as something negative, something that should be cut down to a minimum or eliminated entirely. Society expects you to be humble, to fit in, to not think too highly of yourself. Let me show you a different perspective. The universe doesn't operate on human concepts of morality, and it doesn't care if you are humble or not. It registers your frequency, and your frequency is determined by your belief in self-worth. Ego is not your enemy, conformity is. Without ego, you are harmless. When you strip yourself of ego, you strip yourself of individuality, of the belief that you are different. You become just another person, another face in the crowd, another NPC following the script. And if that's what you believe about yourself, that you are nothing special, just average, then you're right, because in the game of reality, it's always your beliefs that define your limits. When you enter your God arc, you dictate the rules. You don't accept limitations. You dictate your own reality. You place yourself ahead mentally, even before physical reality catches up. You upplay your capabilities. You think too highly of yourself, or at least by society's standards. But that's exactly the point. While others wait for proof, you create it. While others seek validation, you already know. There are no absolute truths in reality. The only factual truth is what you believe in. And when you believe in something with your heart, pouring all your attention and emotions into it, your physical reality slowly bends itself to match that vision. You must master this ability to consciously adjust your beliefs until they align perfectly with the identity you are stepping into. The moment you do, the world will follow. You don't need permission. You don't need proof. You need conviction. A young prince is exiled from his kingdom. Stripped of his title, his land, and his crown, he blindly wanders the world. In his mind, however, he is still a king. He walks with the presence of royalty, speaks with the weight of command, and never bows his head. Years later, when he returns to his homeland, he does not ask for his throne back. He sits upon it as if he never left. The people begin to kneel and worship him, not because of his birthright, but because he never stopped believing he ruled. Reality is a game of paradoxes. The harder you need something, the further you push it away. People who need things the most, praying, begging, craving for them, are very often just drowning themselves in their own desperation. The more they chase, the more elusive their desires become. On the other hand, those who are not emotionally attached to the very same outcomes seem to magically attract them. Needing is a trap. Once you enter, it will do everything to keep you there. Realize that the moment you place yourself in a state of lack, the universe reflects that back to you. If you believe you're incomplete without something, you will continue to experience incompleteness. If you believe you need success, wealth, love, or power to feel whole, the universe will surely keep you in a state of needing, because that's what you are subconsciously requesting. When you enter your God arc, you are putting yourself in a position where you no longer need anything to happen. You are already there, mentally. You no longer beg, chase, or hope. You are in a position of having, not lacking. The emotions of victory already exist within you before they materialize in the physical world. When you design your beliefs, identity, and emotions, and then follow it up with physical action, you don't need anything else to happen. It's the universe's turn to respond. Don't distance yourself from the very thing you want to achieve by creating that invisible barrier in the form of need. Only when you are good with or without it, you are making it possible to happen. A king afraid of losing his treasure builds walls around his palace, locking every door, guarding every coin. But his fear makes him blind. He does not realize that. Over time, his own servants have stolen everything from within. When he finally opens the vault, it is empty. His obsessive need to protect is what caused his loss. Your God arc begins the moment you take full control over your mind. You don't beg for change. You become the change. You don't wait for reality to shift. You embody the version of yourself who already has everything you desire. When you operate from certainty instead of need, belief instead of doubt, creation instead of reaction, You enable yourself to reach a level impossible for the ordinary. You stop living by following the rules that were set for you. You make the rules.